returning officer for the nomination of presidential candidates duly elected, duly nominated, who has duly declared, who has complied with the nomination requirements under the Presidential Elections Act 2005 as amended, is duly nominated as a presidential candidate for the presidential elections 2011. And that is no other than candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Museveni being the very first candidate for 2011, being nominated here at Nambole Mandela Stadium, and the results have just been declared by the Electoral Commission Chairman Engineer Badru Chigundu, saying he actually has submitted whatever it took and whatever the Electoral Commission required of him. And there you are. We're expecting a presidential handshake here with the Electoral Commission Chairman. He's been handshaking quite a number. Well, he just received his nomination papers that actually... We'll just hear what Engineer Badru Chigundu is communicating here.
Nominated for no other than the National Resistance Movement Party. I'd like to add two important announcements. One, as drawn and agreed by the Commission, the official presidential campaigns start from the 28th of this month and end on the 16th February 2011. The polling day is already set by the Commission. It will be the 18th of February 2011. Good luck.
It's a pleasure to have you both here. Okay. I'm sorry, we just want to make sure that everyone in Uganda can hear you loud and clear. First and foremost, Your Excellency, this is a momentous day for you. How do you feel after being declared as a candidate yet again?
Well, I am happy. This has always been, we have been on a long journey. First of all, to assert the rights of the people of Uganda, to choose their leaders at regular intervals in free and fair elections. This was not easy at the beginning. There were problems in 1966, which resulted in the abrogation of the Constitution. Then the military coup of 1971. Then the subsequent turbulent times until 1986, until the Constitution of 1995, which set in motion this regular exercise of seeking the mandate of the people. So I am happy for two reasons. That first of all, I participated in that struggle to guarantee the sovereignty of the people of Uganda. And that God has kept me alive to be able to see that that process is sustained, and that thirdly, the people of NRM have always had faith in me, including this time, to help them continue their struggle for, initially it was liberation, then it became minimum recovery. We are now in the phase of transformation and takeoff.
Okay. Our viewers would also like to know that the economy has grown last year by around about 6%. Do you hope that the economy will continue its growth?
It will grow even faster. You remember that in the last 24 years, the economy has grown at the rate of 7.5% per annum, in spite of certain bottlenecks, in spite of inadequate electricity, in spite of high transport costs, in spite of the railway system not being repaired. And that was because we were depending on money from outside, donors, grants or loans. But now we have our own money. because the minimum recovery has guaranteed a threshold from which we can generate our own money. And although we are not fund all programs, but we are able to fund those ones which are crucial, if necessary, by ourselves. So next year, Bujagari will be ready, electricity. We are going to start on Karuma. The small dams are also getting ready, like Mpanga and the others. The gas generated electricity will also be getting ready. So in the coming years, we are not going to be talking of 6%, 7%, 8% rates of growth. We are going to be talking of double digits. Yes.
And I think Ugandans will welcome that greatly.
Absolutely.
Okay. So as we move away from that, education...
A proverb that enkubito ergumu ibega. The strength of the blow is from the strength of the muscles of the shoulder. We have now got more muscle, so we can deliver stronger blows to underdevelopment.
I know you have concentrated greatly on education for all and prosperity for all. What else do you have for Ugandans?
Now what we need now is, first of all, job creation. Job creation, jobs for you people. You the Kasumbas. Yeah. We did jobs for you because you're now so many of you. We ensured that you didn't die when you were young. We immunized you. We looked after your mothers. Now you have grown and you are many now. Yes. Your population was 14 million in 1986. You are now 33 million. That's an additional, how many? 20 million?
That's right.
19 million. All these are NRM children. You people. So, the challenge has been to educate you, not only give you numeracy and literacy, but also give you skills. This is another struggle we are having. Now the struggle is to get you jobs, as well as to develop the whole country.
As we move over, how do you feel that multi-party politics has been accepted in Uganda? Do you think it has been diversionary, or has it been positive for Ugandans?
No, it's all right. It's all right, because you remember, we had this idea of keeping everybody together, but some people did not like it. So we said, okay, if you don't want it, you go and we stay with our own programs. And it's working well. It's working well, except that some people use bad language, tell lies, and so on. But I think this one will go with time.
Okay, Mr. President. Our next question that our listeners and viewers would like to know is, do you think that the EC will do a good job this time round, sir?
Yes. This EC has, it's not just EC, it is us in our struggle. Because in 1962, when the British tried to organize elections here, it was chaos. They had multiple ballot boxes. Each party had its own ballot box, multiple ballot papers. The polling booth, you had to go inside the polling booth where nobody would see you. There would be no counting immediately after polling. The votes would have to be taken up to the district. There would be, the constituencies were not definite. They would change every time. Now, when we came, when we had a chance, we reformed all this. If you, the media people, you were to inform the public to see the difference between the 1962 electoral law and the one of 1995, I think, the electoral law, the one of, this is 93, the one of 93, you will see the big improvements. Today, the voting is on, we count immediately after voting. Results are declared, recorded at the polling post. So what really remains for the rest is just adding up. But otherwise, the elections are finished on one polling station. The rest is just adding up. Now, what was the only thing that was remaining was multiple registration. some people would want to cheat because we didn't have the means of. I know that Museveni has registered in Nakasero, and he has also registered in Rwakitura. It would depend on popular vigilance, people to just watch, and if the people are not vigilant, it was difficult. Now, we have spent, is it 100 million? How much have we spent? Is it $80 million? $80 million to computerize the register. Now, these new modern machines with the memory, with the computer, if I register in Nakasero with my photograph, with my fingerprints, and I try to again register in Rwakitura, the computer would discover me. And the other day, I was pleased to see this Electoral Commission here announcing that they have detected 1 million. That's what they said. I saw it in the papers. That they had detected 1 million multiple registrations. So this is going to be, and now they have introduced other things like transparent ballot box, where you can see how the vote is being dropped in. But in 1962, you should read these two laws, the one of the British of 1962 and ours of 1993, because you cannot comment on these issues unless you really bother to find out the mileage we have covered.
Okay. We have two more questions. The NRM primaries were hotly contested, and a good number of your party members cried foul, and they might as well stand as independents. What is your party doing about this disgruntlement?
The medicine for that is to get to the truth, what actually happened. Of course, we, NRM, we are not as rich as this Electoral Commission here, because we were able to, this government one here, the one I have been through just now, these are very rich. They have got 300 billion shillings. For us, we used only 4 billion shillings to organize the other elections with twice the number of polling stations. So, but fortunately, our elections were village-based. So even if there is a problem, because it was village-based, you can go backwards and check what actually happened. Because people know each other, the distances are not too big. So we are now doing that, going back, and we are using the same method as we are using in the Electoral Commission. Essentially, we are talking of 5 steps: voting, counting, announcing the results, recording the results at the polling station. Now, the only remaining step is totaling up. Now, if anything goes wrong, we come back to the village and we shall get the truth, because these 4 steps took there. If anybody tries to add badly, we shall discover him by going back to the original point. So therefore, the medicine for independence is to go to the truth, what actually happened. And of course, the second medicine was universal, because for us, everybody voted. Almost 7 million NRM people voted. So these are the 2 medicines. First, everybody votes, all NRM members. Secondly, if there is any complaint, we get to the truth. We don't cover up anything.
On a parting note, I know the next few months are going to be extraordinarily grueling, the next 4 months or so. Our viewers and our listeners here at UBC would like to know, how will you relax? Will you perhaps read a book? Will you play some football? Or will you take a jog on the pitch?
Well, unfortunately, I have not relaxed for the last 40 years. So it's not just now. Yes. I have been most of the time on the challenges of Uganda for the last 40 years. It's not just now. From 1971 up to now, I was fighting in the underground against Amin. I was in the bush in Ruwero. Since 86, I've been fighting peacefully and violently for our security, the people of Uganda. That's why you children, you have grown up and you are just enjoying yourselves. Thank you very much.